Let this circle symbolize $1 million. This is how $10 million would appear. This is how $100 million would appear. And this is how $1 billion would look like. Jeff Bezos, the mastermind behind Amazon, a staggering 117 times $1 billion. And then, there is you. You're likely toiling away at a job you secured with a university degree. Your savings are probably meager, your living expenses sky high, and your salary feels inadequate. Credit card debt hangs over your head, and student loans loom large. Wealth, getting rich. That all appears like a distant fantasy. How did they do it, you wonder, watching these millionaires and billionaires, especially those who achieve such success at a young age? It baffles you, enrages you even. Were they simply lucky, born into privileged circumstances? Did they cheat their way to the top? No, you tell yourself. They're not evil, and you're not incompetent. You're just unlucky. The aspirations you once held, a luxurious mansion, a dream car, a mortgage-free life, world travel, now seem like pipe dreams. You realize the harsh truth. It's a rigged game. It's been a rigged game from the beginning, and you're on the losing side of it. But what if I told you that you were incorrect? What if there's a formula, a scientific approach to understanding and accumulating wealth? What if you don't have to abandon your hopes of paying off your parents' mortgage or exploring the world? Would you call me a liar? I promise I'm not. By the end of this video, you'll see a side of money you've never considered before. But I must warn you, the journey is challenging. It's filled with ups and downs, and you'll need to confront some uncomfortable truths about our education system and society. Not everyone will reach the end of this road. But for those who do, the rewards are immense. You'll achieve a level of wealth beyond your wildest dreams. You'll gain the freedom from financial worry forever. Are you with me? Are you still with me? If so, let's not waste any more time. What are your true beliefs about money? Do you think you have to work hard for it? Do you desperately want more of it? Have you been chasing it your whole life? Most of your beliefs about money have been shaped by your upbringing and environment. If you grew up in a family without significant wealth, you're more likely to believe that you won't become wealthy yourself. Or maybe you took the opposite approach, vowing to amass as much money as possible so you'd never be in that situation again. The fact that your school didn't teach you much about money doesn't help. As a result, many of you hold false beliefs about money that will hinder your progress. Now, hold on tight, because we're about to change the way you've thought about money your entire life. Hollywood has perpetuated a harmful stereotype, portraying the wealthy as evil, manipulative, entitled, or corrupt.
If you don't get me a squirrel, I'll get one myself.
Have you internalized this biased portrayal? Recent studies, like the one by WealthX, show that a significant portion of the ultra-wealthy, those with a net worth of $30 million or more, are self-made. This contradicts the Hollywood narrative. Consider these examples. Warren Buffett, a self-made billionaire; Howard Schultz, born into poverty; Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty; Jeff Bezos, a self-made billionaire; Elon Musk, a self-made billionaire; Sarah Blakely, a self-made billionaire. What do these individuals understand that you don't? The truth is, your equation for wealth is fundamentally flawed. You've been taught that money equals salary earned from a job. Beyond a certain point, securing a job becomes the primary goal of your education. But is that the only way to achieve wealth? If you're watching this, I assume you want to make a lot of money, and you want to do it quickly. If that's your goal, then this traditional equation for wealth won't get you there. We all hold a treasure, the most vital asset in human existence. Once it's gone, there's no way to reclaim it. That treasure is time. In a traditional job, the money you earn is directly tied to the amount of time you invest. For instance, if you make $20 an hour and work 40 hours a week, it would take you nearly 24 years to reach $1 million. But that's without accounting for taxes, living expenses, or the relentless bite of inflation, which would steadily erode the purchasing power of that $1 million. And even then, only if you live extremely frugally. By that time, most of your most valuable asset, time, will have slipped away. You would have traded countless hours of your life for money, and not even a particularly impressive amount. So, it makes you wonder, how is it that some people become self-made millionaires, or even billionaires at such young ages? What sets them apart? The reality is they have a better equation. They understand money in a way that most don't. The world we live in pays close attention to this crucial fact. Stop chasing money. In a capitalist society, the game is played by certain rules. You are paid according to the perceived value you provide, and those who determine your value are the market, the consumers within the economy. The market is made up of people like you, your friends, your family, and your neighbors. People in your country often express frustration over the high salaries of football players, arguing that they are overpaid. But to understand why players earn millions, you first have to recognize that there's a substantial market for the football industry. Fans must see football's value and be willing to spend their money on tickets, merchandise, and other related expenses. What happens to the players who excel in the sport? They receive substantial compensation for their talents. It's important to note that earnings aren't always about how physically hard you work. Take the cleaner, for example, who puts in exhausting hours day after day. Yet, they're paid far less than an accountant who sits comfortably behind a desk. Why is that? Because the market places a lower value on the work the cleaner does compared to the accountant. As harsh as it may sound, the cleaner's role is seen as easily replaceable, with skills that can be quickly learned by many. On the other hand, an accountant who has spent years mastering complex financial principles and who saves clients significant sums on their taxes is perceived to have a much higher value in the market. But as we've discussed, simply getting a job isn't the most effective path to quickly building substantial wealth. So, how do we enhance our perceived value? What sets individuals like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos apart, making their perceived value so immense? The first key to the wealth equation is straightforward. If you want to attract money, solve problems. Take a moment to reflect on this idea. You'll see that almost all financial success stems from this basic principle. Solve a problem, and money will follow. If you address $1 million problem, your solution will bring you millions. Address $1 billion problem, and your reward could be billions. Consider all the challenges that Amazon tackles, from eliminating the need to visit physical stores to reducing delivery times and offering lower prices. Not to mention the myriad other companies under Amazon's umbrella, each solving additional problems. Jeff Bezos identified and addressed $1 billion problem and was handsomely rewarded for doing so. If you've been pursuing money directly, you've been heading in the wrong direction. It sounds almost paradoxical, but if wealth is what you seek, then focusing on money itself isn't the answer. Instead, your attention should be on identifying problems and, even more crucially, on finding solutions to those problems. Once you've discovered a viable solution, you can build a business around it. Wait, so that's all there is to it? Just solve problems and the money will follow? Are you saying I need to create the next Amazon, Facebook, or Google to become wealthy? That sounds impossible. I don't even know how to code, nor do I have the financial resources to launch something on that scale. But hold on, you're falling back into the old way of thinking. The key is to always begin with a problem. Start with a problem and the rest will follow. Keep your ears open to the chatter around you. What are people complaining about? What do they wish existed? What causes them frustration or feels like an inconvenience? Can you identify a problem that you're capable of solving? And more importantly, is it a problem worth solving? The last part of the wealth building equation involves creating a solution that can scale. Your solution needs to impact a large number of people. Take a restaurant, for example. That's not easily scalable. You're limited to the local area and the number of customers who can physically visit. But a franchise? Now that's scalable. Or consider if your solution is a piece of software. Once developed, software can be scaled infinitely online, with no need to worry about manufacturing or shipping costs, since everything is handled virtually. Good luck trying to find infinite scalability in a traditional traditional job. But be cautious. Does your solution depend on your time to make money? Imagine you're a yoga instructor charging $100 per hour. While that might seem like a lucrative gig, in reality, you've just created another job for yourself under the guise of a business. There's only so many classes you can teach in a day, which means your income is directly tied to your time. But if you were to develop an online yoga course that operates 24/7 with lessons you only need to create once, now that is scalability in action. Scaling your solution is absolutely crucial. Don't lose sight of that. Automation is another key factor. Well-designed systems and processes can keep your business running smoothly with minimal oversight. If there's a task that can be delegated or outsourced, and it makes financial sense, then by all means, do it. Taking on everything yourself is counterproductive, no matter how competent you believe you are. There's always someone out there who can do a particular task better than you. Once you've devised a solution, it's your duty to ensure that solution is available to everyone who needs it. This isn't about your ego, and it certainly isn't about your passions. The market doesn't care about what you love to do. Now that you've built a profitable business, armed with the right systems and processes, it's time to move forward and enjoy the fruits of your labor. At this point, you'll likely face two choices: keep running your business or sell it for profit. This is the acquisition phase, where someone buys the solution you've spent years developing and building a business around. It's like when Instagram was bought by Facebook for $1 billion, or when PayPal was sold to eBay for $1.5 billion, putting a cool $165 million directly into Elon Musk's bank account. These are just a few examples of the countless liquidation events happening around the world. This is where all the hard work you put into building your company pays off. If you choose to keep running your business, there are plenty of good reasons to do so. Maybe you're passionate about what you've created and want to stay involved. Maybe you see even more potential for growth and want to sell at a higher price later. Or perhaps your business has reached a point where it runs smoothly in the background with minimal effort on your part. Whatever the reason, you've achieved something extraordinary. You've solved a problem the market was eager to have fixed, and you've been generously rewarded for your efforts. So, I ask you, was it all worth it? Many of you may realize that it was never truly about the money. Money, in essence, is just paper, a figure displayed on a screen, with its value derived solely from our collective belief in it. From the beginning, this was not about the pursuit of wealth, whether it's paying off a mortgage, buying your dream car, traveling across the globe, or ensuring financial security. It was always about something deeper. What you sought was freedom, not monetary gain. Your true destination wasn't tied to money, but to a feeling, a sense of liberation, the freedom to do as you please, whenever you please, without the constant concern of whether you can afford it, if you've used up all your vacation days, how you'll cover the rent, or if you'll manage to survive on your pension. The sacrifices you made, the dreams you let go of because of financial constraints, these were the real barriers. The critical takeaway from this video is not about money itself, but about the most precious resource we all share, the one thing we can never regain: time. Is dedicating a significant portion of your life to a job you might not even enjoy truly worth it? Is your existence reduced to working, coming home, watching TV, sleeping, and repeating this cycle until retirement? How many more hours will you allow to slip away because of this monotonous routine? Maybe you're content with this reality. Perhaps, for now, you have no alternative but to follow this path. And if that's your situation, there's no need to worry. Perhaps all you've gained from this video is a bit of entertainment and a slight shift in perspective. However, there are those among you who understand the possibility of something more, those who yearn to reach a point where money is no longer a concern. To those, I urge you to remember: stop chasing money and start seeking out problems, then find the solutions to those problems. This is the equation that underpins all financial success. If your goal is to achieve the freedom of never worrying about money again, then let the pursuit of problem solving be the meaningful struggle you embrace. Does this guarantee happiness at the end of the journey? Will it lead to fulfillment? Only you can answer these questions. But if the struggle holds meaning, perhaps it's a journey worth undertaking. And there you have it, the equation to true wealth. Of course, I missed out on a lot of intricacies in this video, the topics of business, finance, and entrepreneurship. These topics are too complex to be fully explored in a single video. However, if you're keen on embarking on this journey, I highly recommend diving into the works of MJ DeMarco, whose insights were a major inspiration for this video. Returning to a key point I made earlier, most people will face challenges and may not succeed for various reasons. The crucial takeaway is to embrace failure. Fail quickly, learn from it, and move on to your next endeavor. Even if you're involved in something not directly tied to traditional business but that want to make money, ask yourself, what problems am I solving? This question can help you discover more effective ways to monetize your efforts. This principle applies to jobs and careers as well. If you can identify and solve more problems within your role, you can leverage that to negotiate a higher salary. Remember, the core message I've emphasized throughout this video: stop chasing money and start focusing on solving problems. Hey there, you've reached the end of the video. Thanks a ton for sticking around. Before you go, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your support. Creating these videos involves countless hours of research, scripting, filming, and editing, and your viewership means the world to me. If you enjoyed what you watched, don't hesitate to hit the like button. And if it didn't quite hit the mark, feel free to hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let me know what you think. My aim with this channel is to produce engaging documentary-style content about business, finance, and life in general. If that piques your interest and you want to catch more of this kind of content, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any updates. With all that said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. As always, my friends, I salute you.